8 years after I married that award-winning actor, he publicly declared he was dating the top starlet Celine James. He even posted a picture of the two of them celebrating their adopted baby's birthday. I did not call him to interrogate him as usual. Instead, he hurriedly explained, "It's just a pet we adopted. As its dad, I have to be there for its birthday." I said calmly, "Rather than adopting a fur baby, why don't we get a divorce? Then you can have an actual baby with her." My husband, the award-winning actor Jonas Yves, held a grand confession ceremony for another woman. He publicly declared their relationship on the internet, making headlines and moving hearts. As for me, his wife of 8 years, I could only watch the raucous interview from the side like an outsider. The journalists on the scene were in an uproar. The fans in the front row were celebrating. The next second, Jonas put a matching ring on her finger. Under the spotlight, they looked like a perfect couple. The people around me burst into gasps and squeals. Only I looked down at the diamond wedding ring on my finger, before turning back to stare at their matching couple rings in a daze. If they were a perfect couple, what would that make me? The wife who spent the last 8 difficult years with him? Jonas' manager, Ivan Crane, caught sight of me and called out in a panic, "J. Janine." Soon a journalist friend of his glanced over and asked, "Who's she?" "She's Jonas' long-term fan," Ivan said quickly. The staff members in the know burst out laughing. Jonas shot me a look of warning. Celine blinked, and then laced her fingers with Jonas, smiling brightly. "I know you. You're Jonas' biggest fan. Are you here to congratulate us?" I just stared at her. Jonas was probably worried I would say the wrong thing, so he told his men to lead me to a room. I looked at him with tears pouring down my face, but all he could say was, "Celine has been in showbiz for a while now, but she's never had a public relationship before. She insisted that I play along with her for fun. I'll get plenty of attention by pretending to date her too, so there's no harm in playing house for a bit. Don't make a fuss." My body trembled with rage. I held up my hand, showing him my wedding ring, and demanded, "Then what am I?" Jonas smirked. "You're the most considerate person I know." I wiped my tears and forced a smile. What if I refused to play along? Everyone's enjoying themselves today. Don't be a wet blanket, okay? His words were like a knife plunging deep into my heart. I could not breathe. I laughed until tears came out. Today was my birthday. Jonas had said he had a surprise for me, and I had been waiting in anticipation. In the afternoon, however, he received a call and said he had sudden business to deal with, so he would celebrate my birthday some other day. I was disappointed and a little dejected, because I had a surprise for him too. As it turned out, his sudden business was a public declaration of his relationship with another woman. What a joke. Almost nobody knew about our marriage even after 8 years. Celine had only known him for 8 months, and filmed a movie with him. Yet she was now his publicly acknowledged girlfriend. She had the life I could only dream of. Every time I suggested making our relationship public, Jonas would reject me outright. He kept asking me angrily, "My career's over if anyone knows I'm taken. Do you want to ruin me?" Eventually, I stopped asking, accepting my role as his secret wife for 8 years. Even after he made a name for himself and started winning awards, he never once suggested introducing me to the public as his wife. I never asked either, but a part of my heart died slowly. When he saw my expression, Jonas looked guilty for a second. Celine quickly pulled him away. "Let's go, Jonas. Everyone's waiting for us." Her voice was soft, but her tone was dominant and possessive. All Jonas said was, "Wait here for me and reflect on yourself, Janine." After a brief pause, I said, "Go ahead. Your work comes first." Celine turned around and smirked at me, her expression smug and piercing. Before this, I would have stopped them, saying, "No, Jonas is mine. I can't let him leave with another woman." I used to think our marriage of 8 years would last forever as long as I continued to contribute in silence, giving him all my patience and understanding. In order to keep our marriage afloat, and to show Jonas my irreplaceable love for him, I tolerated everything. However, I was wrong. In return for my sacrifice and understanding, he took me for granted and hurt me with abandon. Back then, he would tell me in advance whenever he had to kiss someone on screen. Now all he said coldly was, "Don't make a fuss." I remained on the spot and scrolled through my phone. All I saw were articles of their relationship announcement. Only an idiot would date me. I'm an idiot. I liked one of the posts and left. When I reached home, I saw Celine's social media post at exactly midnight. The caption was, "Thank you for celebrating Pudding's birthday, Daddy. Mommy and Daddy will always love you." In the picture I saw Jonas' hands cutting a cake, while Celine hugged a cat, smiling blissfully. Pudding was the cat. I was not angry or disappointed. All I could think was, I knew it. I no longer held any hopes for him. I took off the wedding ring I had treasured for so long and put it in the drawer. Just before I left, I mused for a second and left Jonas a post-it note. It said, "I'm going outstation for work." I used to prioritize being a good wife and mother, so I never accepted any outstation work requests. Now, however, I did not want my life to revolve around Jonas anymore. Before long, the plane landed. As soon as I turned on my phone, I saw that Jonas had called me dozens of times. The next second he called again. His tone was cross. "Janine, why didn't you ask me before going outstation? Without you, who's going to cook my meals for me?" I gave up so many things for him: promotion offers, my wealthy family, and countless high-quality suitors. He had digestive problems and he was picky, refusing to eat takeout. As a result, I cooked every meal with him, diligently putting in 110% effort. I cared for him like a mother, loving him unconditionally. Even so, I had no obligation to do any of those things for him. I could choose simply not to. You could always call for delivery or ask your beloved Celine to cook for you. My flippant tone had him stunned for a second. He seemed surprised that I was not as bothered about Celine as before. After a long while, he finally recovered his voice. "What are you saying? You want Celine to cook for me? Don't be absurd, Janine. Buy a return ticket right now and come cook. My boss is calling me." I hung up on him. On my 15th day outstation, Jonas' manager Ivan suddenly texted me, "When are you coming back, Janine?" That was when I knew Jonas had finally given in. He always did this. He would start ignoring me and then wait for me to placate him. He was always the one who decided when our fights were over. This was his first time reaching out to me first, even if he had to do it through his manager. "Half a month." I replied. "That long?" Jonas had to drink at too many parties lately. With you gone, his stomach started hurting again. "I see. Gotta go for a meeting now." "Okay. Then go ahead." Back in the room, Ivan sounded confused. "That's straight. Janine always put Jonas' health first and foremost. Why is she acting so cold now?" A young girl said quietly. "She must still be angry. If my husband publicly announced he was dating another girl, I'd be furious." Jonas was livid. I told her this is just an act. We'll announce our breakup in a year. What else does she want? But I think this time. Jonas suddenly flipped out, his expression contorted with disgust. I spoiled her by giving in too much. Fine, she can come back if and when she likes. I'm not going after her. My outstation trip went well. After touching down back home, I returned to the company's employee dorms. I took a month off, but not so I could serve him. I had a very important thing to do. Another month later, Jonas finally lost patience and called me. He snorted coldly. "A friend said you're back in town. Why aren't you coming home?" "I've been too busy with work lately, so I'm staying at the dorms," he demanded. "Then what about me? Aren't you going to take care of me anymore?" I laughed indignantly. "You're not a kid, so why do you need me to take care of you? What, do you need me to change your diaper?" Jonas paused in surprise. "What's the matter, Janine? Are you mad?" "No. We've been fighting for so long. Stop throwing a tantrum already. I called you first, so what else do you want?" I was tired, so I said flippantly, "I'm not mad. I know you're doing this for your career." Jonas heaved a sigh of relief. "Then come home now. I haven't eaten yet." I said calmly, "I'm not going back. I have too many projects on hand right now." Jonas was clearly stunned. "How can your work be more important than your husband? Don't make a fuss." He instantly lost his temper. "Who's the one making a fuss here? You won't come back? Clean the house or take care of your husband? Are you asking for a divorce? So what if I am? I'm your wife, Jonas, not your maid. You keep asking me to take care of you. Shall I send you to a daycare so you can have mothers fawning over you 24/7? Fine then, have it your way. If you really insist, we can get a divorce. Jonas hung up in a huff. It was not that he did not care. He just thought he could make me bend. After all, I used to give in to him no matter what. My life centered around him, so he assumed I could no longer live without him. One day, I finally managed to leave the office on time. To my surprise, he was waiting for me at the door. I walked to his car slowly and reluctantly. What's the matter? Not scared the press will catch us anymore. He gestured at me to get into the car. I know why you're mad now. I forgot to celebrate your birthday, right? I'll make it up to you now. I crossed my arms in front of my chest, my expression distant. There's no need. It's no big deal. He was surprised. I thought you cared a lot about these things. A few years back I was too busy to celebrate with you and you made a huge fuss about it. All right, stop being stubborn, and I'll make it up to you now. So he did know that I cared about my birthday. Still, that was because in the past my birthday was the only time I could feel he was my husband, and not a celebrity who only cared about his fans and reputation. I got into the car without a word. We soon arrived at a popular Italian restaurant. Jonas went all out, giving me some of my favorite pink roses and preparing to play a song on the piano for me. Before he could play a single note, however, his phone rang. It went missing? Did you search every corner of your house? I'm too busy to go over right now. What? It's been gone for a day? Okay, don't cry, I'll be right there. He ended the call and looked at me guiltily. Celine's cat went missing and she's really upset. Can I go to her? I did not reply, my expression cold. Jonas frowned. What is the meaning of this, Janine? Are you going to throw a tantrum over something this important too?